Today we are going to be transforming paper bags into these beautiful keepsake albums. These are super easy and so budget friendly. Hi friends, welcome to Love and Life's Journey DIY. My name is Chantel, and if you're new to my channel, I love to do DIYs of all kinds. I especially enjoy Dollar Tree DIYs and DIYs on a budget. So if you like that as well, then you are in the right place. Typically, in my first video of every month, I do a Dollar Tree Shop With Me and haul, and I do my Dollar Tree mystery box giveaway. I will be doing the giveaway, however, this video is not going to be a Dollar Tree Shop With Me and haul because I went to 3 different stores this time, and typically my stores in my area are really good and have a lot of new items, but that was not the case this time. There were a lot of items in boxes waiting to be put out. The stuff that was on the shelves had been picked over. I didn't really see any new items, so I decided instead I would do something a little bit different. As I was walking down one of the aisles at Dollar Tree, I did see this package of brown paper bags, and it reminded me of a project that I have been meaning to share with you for quite some time now. So that's what we're going to do today. I'm going to be showing you how to make these paper bag memory books or photo books. These are great for gifts. They're really easy to make and very affordable. So today we're going to make this, and then I will announce at the end who the winner of last month's mystery box was. And so let's jump in and get started on these paper bag memory books. For this project, I will be using these brown paper bags from Dollar Tree. I'll also be using a sheet of heavy cardstock. And if you use more than 8 bags for your book, you will need more than 1 sheet of the heavy cardstock. You will also need several sheets, at least 2, possibly more if you use more bags for your book, of coordinating scrapbook paper. I'll also be using some miscellaneous embellishments, such as some paper flowers, some ribbon, some stickers, and so you can use anything that you have on hand to decorate your album. I'm going to use 10 bags for my book, but if you use 8, then you will only need 1 sheet of that heavy cardstock, and your materials actually come out a little more even. I just like the size of using 10 bags for mine. The bags as they are a little bit long for a nice album size, so I'm going to be cutting them down. I am going to measure from the bottom of the bag because it's more of a straight edge, and I'm going to measure 8 inches, and then I'm going to cut off the tops of the bags. You could just use regular scissors for this, but I like kind of a rougher edge on this project, so I'm going to be using these decorative scissors that kind of look like torn paper. If you don't have these, you could carefully tear your paper along this line, but these scissors make it really easy to get a fun edge that looks like it's torn paper. Then I'm going to just use that bag as a guide to cut all the rest of my bags down. For the next step, I am going to take a glue stick and I'm just going to glue down the little flaps from the bottom of the bag just so that they lay flat and I don't have them trying to fold up on me. Before I attach all of my bags together, I want to punch some holes in the bottom end of the bags. This is going to be so that I can thread some ribbon through that and tie it together so it actually looks like my album is tied together and not just glued together. So I'm going to measure 3/4 of an inch from the bottom of the bag and place a mark, and this is just going to give me a reference for where to place my ruler. And then I'm going to measure 1 inch in from each side of the bag and put a mark, and that's where I'm going to punch my holes. And then I can just use that first bag as a reference to place on top of my other bags to punch the holes in the rest of them. And I love this little USB rechargeable desk vacuum. It is so great for cleaning up things like this. It works so well. I'll leave a link for you. It's definitely a must-have for any crafter. Next, I'm going to take a patterned paper that I've chosen as the cover of my book, and I'm going to cut out a piece the size of my paper bag, and then I'm going to just glue that on top of one of the bags. And then I'll go ahead and just flip it over so I can see where those holes are and punch holes through that. So I'm going to place the bag with my pattern paper on top of the stack, and then the bag that is on the bottom of the stack, I'm going to go ahead and flip it over so I don't have that seam showing, so it's just a nice smooth side. You could put a pattern paper on the back side as well. I did not do that, and I don't think that it really makes that much difference, but it just is a personal preference, whatever you like. Then I'm going to start gluing my bags together, and I'm going to use this Elmer's extra strength glue stick. I think you could just use a regular glue stick, but I like the extra strength glue. It really holds it together well, and especially if you're giving it as a gift, you want it to stay together and not come apart. So I would recommend this glue for this project. So now I have all the bags glued together, and then when I open it, it will look kind of like a little accordion with all of these pockets in it. Next, I'm going to take my crocheted ribbon. You can use any ribbon or twine even for this, and I'm going to thread it through my holes and then just tie a knot. And this is really an optional step to put the holes in this and tie this on, but I think it just adds an extra embellishment that kind of elevates this project. It makes it look like it's tied together even though it's actually just glued together, and I just think it looks really nice and gives it a finishing touch. I also decided to add this little charm to the knot before I finished tying it, and then I trimmed off the ends of my ribbon. So here's where you can get totally creative with this. You can leave it as plain as you'd like or embellish it as much as you want. You can make this in any style, maybe depending on who you're making it for, or just if you're keeping it for yourself, what your preference is. Obviously, I'm going for more of a vintage or kind of romantic style here. And so it's just really up to you and what supplies you have on hand. I used some paper flowers and I held them together with a little brad, and then I also decided to use the frame from this sticker sheet to put around my flower. Now I'm going to cut my cardstock for my tags that are going to go inside my book. And to do this, I'm just going to use my paper trimmer and cut my 12 by 12 piece in half. Then I'm going to cut each half in 4 3-inch strips. So I have 8 pieces that are 6 inches by 3 inches. So this is why I said that if you use more than 8 bags for your book, you will need more than 1 sheet of this cardstock. Then I'm going to do the same thing with my patterned scrapbook paper, and I am covering both sides of the cardstock using the scrapbook paper, and so I'm using twice as many pieces of the scrapbook paper as I did the cardstock. And again, you can get creative with this and mix and match your patterns. You can use all the same pattern. It's really up to you. Then I'm going to take my piece of cardstock and I'm going to glue one of the patterned papers on one side, and then I'm doing a different pattern on the other side. I want these to look like tags, so I'm going to go ahead and just take my scissors and trim off the corners of one end just to make it look like a tag, and then I'll take my hole punch and punch a hole in the top as well. I used several different types of strings and ribbons to tie in the tops of my tags. I really liked kind of the eclectic look using different ones, but you could use all of the same too. And then you can add pictures or memories or different things to these tags, and they just fit in the little pockets of your book, and it just makes such a cute and different way to make a little photo book. Several years ago, we actually made about 20 of these books to put on the tables as part of the centerpiece at my daughter's wedding. And inside we put some pictures of the couple and some facts about how they met, and then it actually included a scavenger hunt, so there were clues to different decor items around the wedding venue, and people could guess what item the clue was pointing to by reading what was on each of the cards, and then they got to learn a little bit more about the couple as well. So the first card in the book had an explanation about the scavenger hunt and kind of let the guests know what it was all about. And then it also included the engagement picture of my daughter and her now husband. This card was really fun. It told about my daughter and her love of ballet and some of the things she had done with that. And then another card told about Luke and his love of basketball and his experience with coaching. And then the item that was at the wedding that went with this was a floral arrangement that we put on the guest book table. It had the florals inside a basketball with Sarah's ballet point shoes sitting next to it. Another card told how Luke proposed to her out at a lake while they were catching fireflies, and he dropped the ring inside the jar. So at their table, we put a jar with some little fairy lights in it, and that was the scavenger hunt item for that. Another card told about how a lot of our family and friends had donated vintage handkerchiefs that we actually tied together to line the aisle and use under the centerpieces at the reception. And a lot of those belonged to Sarah's great-grandmothers, so that was special as well. And then the last card just included a thank you from Luke and Sarah, and then it gave all of the answers to the scavenger hunt. This was just a super fun way to use these albums and a great keepsake for us because when the wedding was over, we gave them away to family and friends. I hope you enjoyed this project and this video. If you did, please hit that like button. It really helps my channel. Also, if you haven't subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button and stick around for lots more budget-friendly DIYs. And don't forget to hit the bell so that YouTube will notify you when I upload new videos. And as promised, I will announce the winner of my Dollar Tree mystery box. This is a giveaway I do every month. I select a random comment from my first video of the month, and I give away a mystery box full of Dollar Tree items to that person. And the winner of my June mystery box was Snoopy Jones. Congratulations! And for the rest of you, if you'd like to enter for this month, be sure to leave a comment on this video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you all have a blessed day.